Welcome to the RoC Management Insights, the videocast interview series of the profile unit Responsible Corporate Competitiveness of the University of St. Gallen. I'm Katharina Klöckner. I'm here today with Thomas Bieger, Professor and Director at the Institute for Systemic Management and Public Governance at the University of St. Gallen. In addition, since 2011, he acts as President of the University of St. Gallen. Professor Bieger conducts research on tourism and transport and applies a disciplinary perspective on marketing, service management, and the role of innovative business models in network industry. Today, he will talk about the role of value-based business model thinking in corporate development. Thomas, thank you so much for being here today. You examine the question of business models as central framework of corporate development. Why is it important to apply business model as units of analyzing in corporate development?
Yeah, the driving force behind this development is, first of all, the increasing globalization. By this, competition in most industries increases and the profit margins decline. Therefore, many companies have to find ways either to reduce costs through innovative reconfiguration of the value chain or to increase revenues by innovative revenue models. Just look at cases like Apple. Traditional production and marketing of mobile phones is just not satisfactory when it comes to profits. So therefore, they had to develop new business models to develop new sources of income, for example, by apps or by new cooperations with the telecom providers. A second reason is the technological changes. Through new technologies, it's possible to create the production processes in a new way. For example, the boundaries between technological steps of productions are removed, and by this, the integration of the value chain is possible. Just look at sectors like, for example, the simple process of beer making. Thanks to technical innovations, you can have breweries on a much smaller scale. This means all of a sudden the breweries can go to the customers and you can include, for example, experiences, other services to create a new type of product which allows for other revenue models. And in addition, there is an increasing need to communicate the type of value making, how companies develop value, and therefore also it's necessary to have a kind of a universal language and universal mind map which allows for communication how a company and its value creating mechanisms work.
Okay, so what do you think is the central insight of your research and what is new about your idea?
First of all, I think it's a kind of a comprehensive analytical framework. We defined a set of 6 dimensions which in a way integrate the different aspects of business model design. By this, I think we created a kind of standard, or you can also call it mind map, which helps to plan, also to analyze and communicate how companies create value. The second insight was that when we looked at different case studies, we realized that the different dimensions really have to be consistent. Many companies, for example, focus on a superior value proposition for their customers, but at the same time they neglect the value creation. For example, they do not look at the way how they have to configure the value chains, or even more companies are weak at the value capturing. So, for example, they just focus on traditional sales and do not realize what other indirect sources of income there are available. For example, if you look at traditional tourism companies, they still heavily rely on selling of tickets, on selling of overnight stays, but the most powerful revenue streams in tourism today come from real estate. So if you really look at the tourism engagement, at the tourism investment from the perspective how you create value for indirect customers, this provides you an entirely different sphere and dimension of revenues and value for your customers and for your owners.
Of course. So how can your ideas be applied in business today? And are there any limitations for some companies with this value-based business model perspective?
We tried to develop a kind of a universal analytical framework because today we are in the time of so-called business migration. So more and more, also thanks to technological innovations, companies from other sectors move in other industries. And very often, innovative business models take elements from other industries, from other sectors. And therefore, I think this analytical framework helps to benchmark your business model towards business models not only of the own industry, but also of other industries. So I think the first important gain of this research is that there is an analytical standard which allows to compare with other industries. The second is the planning aspect. Many companies are good in one dimension. And by looking and working with an integrated analytical framework for business modeling, the danger that one dimension is neglected is minimized. And even more, since we developed also kind of models, of conceptual models for all the different dimensions, which in a way try on a meta-sphere to show the different possibilities to design, for example, value capturing mechanisms or configurations of value chain. It's also a kind of a idea box how you can configure your business model. And the third element is that designing and communicating a business model in this sense allows also to make clear to the investors how the company really works and how value is created.
Okay, that's interesting. So your latest publication is Innovative Geschäftsmodelle, Innovative Business Models. What was the research basis for this publication?
We did work together with a network of scientists, researchers in German, Austrian and Swiss universities, and we did it together with the Roland Bieger academic network. The basis of this research was a really comprehensive literature review covering all the different research streams which deal with business modeling. And then we also did an empirical research covering major companies and CEOs in how they deal and perceive business models. And last but not least, there were also expert workshops in the Roland Bieger academic network.
Okay, so thank you very much, Thomas, for being here today, for taking your time. This was Thomas Bieger, professor at University of St. Gallen, with his insights of value-based business models. For more information, please visit our website.